I have officially started to prepare for Team of the Year by selling off 400 million coins worth of players. So today I'm going to go over why I decided to do that and some things I think we need to watch out for here in the future. So about a week or so ago, I upgraded my team all the way up to 98 in order to get a higher ranking in Division Rivals, all three of the game modes. And I got to Legendary 1 for FC Champion, so that was secured. I'm going to work my way towards maybe a Legendary 1 FC Champion for head-to-head, but I say all that because the 98 rated squad served its purpose by taking me to Legendary 1 in Manager mode. So now I could take apart the team and sell off players to get coins for Team of the Year. So as you may know if you've been following the account, I did take out my center back, which was 98 rated Blanc. I also sold off a 98 Bellingham, who was here in the right center attacking mid position, put in Bobby Charlton, great player in the game. And then the other players I plan to sell off here in the future are Casemiro for sure, potentially Araujo, definitely Courtois. I'm going to keep Carlos Puyol, I really like him as a right back, and that's pretty much it. Puskas is staying, all those other guys are staying, but the reason why I'm selling off these players is because Team of the Year is right around the corner. It's likely going to be here in about 2 to 3 weeks time at the end of January, and usually, and I do think it's going to be the same thing this year, we're going to see a fairly decent market crash because of it. I mean, we've already seen some of these signs already. When EA announced that the Team of the Year nominations or the Team of the Year voting was coming out, the markets had a huge crash over, I think it was like a 6-hour time span, maybe a 12-hour time span. All of a sudden, everybody was being sold off, and then things even themselves out. But since then, we've been seeing a consistent downtrend in the market. So, for example, I picked up Blanc, I think it was about a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago, for 175 million. He's now down to 160. So I did lose like 30 million coins off this one player. I'm not that bothered by it. I did enjoy using him in the squad. That was the point of picking him up. But I do think the market is just going to keep going down and down and down until we hit Team of the Year, and then it's going to absolutely crash. And it will likely crash maybe a few days before, maybe even a week before Team of the Year actually comes out. And things will only get worse when the packs come out for the event and people are opening packs, selling off players and whatnot. So I think right now is a decent time to sell players. You might be selling them at a loss, but I do think it's better than selling them right before Team of the Year when their prices will likely be a lot lower. Now, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know things for sure. I could be wrong. They could go up in value, but I just don't see any catalysts for that happening here in the next few weeks. We also just got a teaser for a new event that's likely going to come out, I guess, tomorrow or maybe in a couple days' time. And in it, it looks like they're going to have a 95 left wing Son. I think it's 94 or 95 striker Salah, which is going to be a crazy player in game. And then a 94, I believe, striker Sadio Mane. So 3 incredible players, and there's likely going to be more good players coming with it. So because of that, it just means there's going to be more packs being opened, more players on the market. And like I said, I just think the market's going to keep going down and down and down. So I think now is a good time to get ahead of the market and try to sell off the players that you don't need. So Blanc, I might buy him back during Team of the Year, who knows. Great defender in game, I really enjoyed playing with him, but that is 160 million coins there. Bellingham, I actually just ended up not liking him as much as I thought I would, so 90 million coins right there. I also ended up selling off all the extra players that I just don't need and I could sell in my team. So I went through everybody, and aside from 86s and 87s that I think will be useful for Team of the Year exchanges, or even 88s, I sold off literally every single player I had, like I said, that I could. Some of these I just can't sell. Odegaard here, you know, just not going to sell with some time. Wirtz, sorry, not going to sell. Not going to sell either. So a lot of these players you just can't sell. That's fine, keep them for exchanges. But someone like Messi, I ended up selling. I do like his card, but I do have to take these coins because that's a free 26 million coins that I might as well just claim now before he goes down in value or potentially goes down in value. The other player that I ended up selling off, if you guys remember a few days ago, I talked about it, buying the old Winter Wildcards team when they were in packs and then selling them a day or two after they were out of packs. I did that with Osimhen, picked him up for I think it was 50 million, sold him now for 62. Really easy profit. He's back down to I think the high 50s, but that is I think one way to make coins here in the future. And we might see something similar with Di Maria this week, with Benzema, with João Cancelo. And if we look at their prices, I remember talking about them when they first came out. they are down to essentially what I was expecting them to come down to in that video, except that João Cancelo has dropped even further. I thought he was going to be about 100 million. He's down to 90. So the market overall isn't doing too hot. The really good, high-rated meta players, as always, are holding price relatively well, like a Blanc. If we go all the way down here, like an R9, but they have still all dropped, and the market, I think, is just going to keep going down further and further from here. So that's what's going on with a lot of the high-rated meta players, but for the lower-rated meta players, I think we're getting to a point now where they are just being completely crushed because of the weekend challenge. We talked about it quite a few times here on the channel, but over here, there is a challenge mode that happens every weekend. It starts on Friday night and then goes till Sunday night, I believe. And in it, you get an 88 to 95 overall player. It's only 3 matches against the AI, so anybody who is somewhat decent at the game can do it, and it has flooded the market for the past few weeks. And each week, we've seen a dip during the weekend, but have seen a rebound during the week. But now, although it's only Tuesday, now we're not really seeing that kind of thing anymore. Maldini got down to, I think it was like 27, maybe 28. He's only up to about 29. In previous weeks, he would have already been up to about 31 to maybe 33. So I think we're getting to a point now where the weekend challenge has happened so many times that there's now just too many of these players on the market, and so the prices aren't really going to recover. So the example I was looking at earlier was Puskás. He was up at like 25 million for quite some time. He's been just completely crushed down to the roughly 17 to 18 million. And yes, these players might move. Puskás might move from, let's say, 16 million to 18 million, or maybe even 19 million. But there's no real point in investing in him because you're only going to make a few 100,000 coins, maybe 1 million coins here or there. And if you're not careful with it and don't time it perfectly, you might end up having him when he goes down in value later in the week too. So we got to be very careful. I wouldn't really invest too much in the swing trading, like buying Puskás when he's low at 16, trying to sell him at 19, 20 or whatever. You can if you want, but I think it's a bit more risky. At this point, I am lucky because I do have a lot of coins, but at this point, I'm just going to hold on to my coins and watch the market take care of itself and see what happens over the next few weeks, and hopefully be able to make tons of plays when Team of the Year comes out and when the true market crash happens. The only investment I'll maybe try is picking up old winter wildcard players, but aside from that, I'm not really sure how things are going to go. And that's why I haven't uploaded as many investment or market videos recently. I just think the market is slowly trending down over the next little bit. But with that being said, here are some things I think we need to watch out for over the next few weeks that could have a huge effect on the market. So first off, the first one is, of course, the weekend challenge. Be very careful during the weekend in buying and selling players because a lot of players are packed and prices do go down. That's the first thing. The other thing is the new event coming out this week. There's going to be new players, which is very exciting, but it does mean that the market may see a bit of a crash. Unless it comes out with a new event, like a new event chapter here, and there's tons of ways to get coins. If that's the case, then players may increase in value, like they did with Winter Wildcards, but if not, if it's just simple packs in the store, we're going to see some shifts in the market. And the final thing is division rivals ending in 5 days. So first off, make sure you get to the level that you want to get to as fast as possible so that you could sell off parts of your team if you're planning on doing that. But not only that, we're going to have to watch out for it because that does mean that we're going to get a influx of a bunch of base players like base icons, base 88 to maybe 92 rated players. And on top of that, we're also going to be getting the competitive points, which will be used here in the division rivals section of the store. And we will be getting likely another, I think it was an 88 to 95 overall pack or an 89 to 95 overall pack. We're going to get more of those coming soon. And when we do, make sure to save those packs and all of your competitive points and your advanced competitive points for when the Team of the Year team comes out later this month. Because then you have the chance of getting the Team of the Year players, so might as well save it until then. So if people are going to be savvy about it, we likely won't see a huge market crash when the division rivals rewards come out, because people will be saving their points, but it does mean we're going to see an even more drastic effect when Team of the Year comes out. But who knows, I don't have a crystal ball, like I said, I don't know the future, but this is what I'm doing right now. I'm slowly selling off my team. After I work my way through a few more divisions into head-to-head, I'm going to start selling off Casemiro, Araujo, Courtois, and then maybe even Mateus, who knows. But I will be picking apart the team slowly and selling off any additional players that I get from events and whatnot that I don't need and that I don't want. But that is it for today's video. Let me know in the comment section down below, what are you doing to prepare for Team of the Year, and where do you think the market is going to go? Do you think we may even see an uptick in the market? Maybe prices go up for a little bit. Let me know why you think that is. If not, let me know why you think the market's going to keep going down, whether it be what I'm talking about or other factors. I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comment section down below. But with that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.